myself. Nobody said anything about the Cleveland Browns organization when they gave Deshaun Watson $230 million after he settled 23 of 25 civil suits against them. This wasn't one or two. This was 23 of 25. And there's still two more on the table. So, I'm living in a world today where you throw Pete Rose out of the game of baseball. What's that got to do with hits? And then we got the NFL here stepping up to the plate, bringing in FanDuel. And in 2015, they were totally against bringing in gambling sites. And now you got players betting on, their teams and everything. What's going on around here? It's ludicrous.
Follow the dollars, man, right? And
political
power.
It's like, you know what? It's like sitting at a table with your three kids and you're sucking down beers, but the kid asks you, "What are you drinking?" You go, "Don't worry about it. Don't ever do this." Come on, man.
We're going to talk about the PGA and they're following the dollars too, and what happened with them joining in with.
But I've said this before. You know what? I'm born in the country and everything. I only have faith in one thing, and that's God. God brought me in. God will take me out.
Now this is it's still sports related because this shows you how with the Dodgers and we're throwing the targets out there and the Bud Lights and the other. It's gotten. You're right. There is a battle, a fight, a war of faith and belief, and the people who have faith in God are now really stepping up to the plate on this. They are not hiding anymore. This is you're pushed too far, basically, and it takes things like this to really get under people's skin. But what's wild about this, folks, and I'm going to put this on the screen. There's a video on social media. There's a group, a gay community group, that is against pride. Against it. They're tired of it. I talked about this a few weeks back. The old school intro pride gay community have not been pleased with the way it has been in the last decade, the way it's been sabotaged. And they don't wave flags. They don't even put up the rainbow stuff. It's like, you know what? I'm a gay man, I'm a gay woman, and I just want to be treated nice and equal and things like that. But I'm not imposing stuff and throwing it down children's faces and things like, I'm like, that's the part that is now gone. Like, why? And the vulgarity of, cross-dressing.
Well,
okay?
That's not
representing gay.
Yeah. Well, look at the war they got with DeSantis and Newsom. I mean, look at that war in California and Florida with, Newsom saying, he's dropping off all these people in California. Well, if you want to support people, then, you must have the means to support them. Otherwise, you shouldn't step up to the plate and support. That's the way I look at things. And that's the thing across the board. And what's being taught in schools today and everything, I can't imagine being 18 and 19 and 20 years old, Cornelius. I don't know about you, but I could.
Mark, this is the group Gays Against Groomers. It's they're done with pride. This is the I guess she's the treasurer. There's a president. They have a whole organization now, Mark, and it's called Gays Against Groomers itself, grooming people or kids into this culture that a lot of the gay people and the old timers, most of them that I know, are just done with it. Like, it's not the same anymore. That they've stolen and sabotaged the pride. So even the gay community has gone against them itself.
Right.
All right.
Well, when you look at everything that's going on, I mean, it's never a problem. It's almost like sports teams, and we've talked about this before. You like what you like. I like what I like. That guy might like what he likes, but it only becomes a problem when they keep regurgitating down your throat that you got to like what he likes, and we got to, submit to that. And I think that's totally wrong. It's part of the Constitution is our freedom of speech or whatever we believe in. So I don't understand why people are trying to get us to do something we don't. I mean, when you look at, when you were in high school and everything, you had a choice to do drugs or not. And, that was the choice you had. I look at Derek Jeter. He said, he always looked at, going down the unique road in life. And that's what it is today. And I think when you have a war on whatever you believe in and people keep pushing it, I think it's going to be a problem. There's going to be a pushback, and it's a tug of war, and that's what we got going now in the country.
This is another one. We've been seeing stories like this for a while. Is my mic? Can you hear me okay?
You're breaking up a little.
Yeah, I hear it. I'm not quite sure why, but here we go. This girl's the fastest girl in Connecticut, Chelsea Mitchell. She's suing the state of Connecticut for losing to a transgender. Can you hear? Were you able to hear that? I'm having audio. I don't know why is my microphone doing that.
Yeah. It's coming in a little choppy. I think she said she's suing the state of Connecticut.
Yes. Yeah. For transgender.
Well, everybody can sue anybody. The question is, are you going to win the lawsuit? That's the real question in anything. You know, everybody has the opportunity to sue, but that's where it lies. But I mean, I don't know. They just fired a teacher or put her on a leave of admissions out here. I think it was in Orange, California, that she was teaching, you know, sexual orientation, prostates and stuff like that. And they said, well, you can't be teaching that. And she was just trying to do her job for credits and everything for the kids to get credits. I mean, they're 17, 18 years old. I mean, come on, you're a young adult.
All right, let's get back to the Dodgers. Okay, I'm not quite sure why my mic is or audio's connection, streaming wise. Is it hard on your side?
A little bit. It's coming over.
Okay,
but that's
all right.
okay.
Let's continue. We'll continue. All right. So this happened over the weekend in LA. Mark,
Oh yeah.
Why haven't the Dodgers like now they're fixing it? Most stadiums by their bullpen doors cover the concrete to protect $1 million athletes, baseball players. Aaron Judge is out for 2 weeks because he made an incredible catch, but his foot slams into the concrete. Okay, as we can see, look at the concrete. Look at that red line right there. Look at the red line, and look at that white concrete. Why is that even if a player falls down, it's still dangerous and hits his head? Like, it's crazy. And it took since when the stadium was built in the 60s for this thing to get figured out. It has never been dealt with. Now they're doing it. 2023.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again, and I don't hinder my words. That place is a dump. It's always been a dump. In the last few years, it's been fights outside. It's been just a complete clown show. And the problem is they spend money on other things here, renovations and everything. Why don't you fix the damn gate instead of putting Gorilla Glue on it or something to put it back together after he destroyed the damn thing?
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate.
You know what? It was the first time in a long time that New Yorkers came out here and outdrew the LA fan base. I mean, they drowned them out.
Wow.
I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, it was like, wow. I thought it was, like Yankee Stadium or something. They just drowned them out, man.
Hey, all right. Here's another one for you. Let's go back up. Your thoughts on NBA Finals, okay? Okay, and then we're going to talk about this guy right here. Okay, he's definitely the best player in basketball. Your thoughts about what you witnessed last night and what you've been watching, and why he is not getting the crazy, wacky headline love, what he's been doing to basketball the last few seasons, and now he's got his team two wins away from the NBA title.
Well, I like him. I mean, he reminds me of Rob Gronkowski, man. He kind of looks like his twin brother, but I will tell you, probably it's the obscurity in Denver. Nobody knows where it is. I mean, if he was in a big market, Chicago, New York, LA, Boston, Philly, he'd get the props and everything. He's got to get out of Denver. To say, to put him as probably the best of all those guys, to me, I'm taking Moses Malone.
Right.
I'm taking Shaquille O'Neal, taking Wilt Chamberlain, but you know what? The NBA today is a whole different realm. There's not a heck of a lot of guys you can say that compete with the guys that we kind of grew up with and everything. I mean, you got the Greek freak, LeBron's there, but